had an interest in boxing and fighting from young. I had some of my first few street fights in this very area. When I was younger, now back in the day, it was a bit hectic around here. A lot of antisocial behaviour going up around here, and sometimes for us to be able to get from school to home and home to school, it had to involve either running or fighting to come home, literally. Joshi, work me here, son. Work me here. On Joshi.
Daddy tray.
So I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my breakfast. Just having 3 eggs today and a protein shake. I'm gonna throw in some Rice Krispies into the protein shake as well, just for that. The carbs before training, you know. So this is just a record of me tracking my weight all throughout camp, just to make sure that the weight is going down properly. All of this stuff I'm doing is going to be my first time doing this, so a lot of it will be new to me, but you know, all good, man. So we just came here to drop the baby off.
Yeah.
And now she's going to give a speech about how she hates my boxing. I was never allowed to join a boxing club, which is what I always wanted, because my mum thought it was dangerous. You know, I'd start fighting more and stuff like that, because I'd already got suspended a few times from school for fighting, and she thought that would encourage me to fight more, you know. But God's timing is the best time, isn't it?
Okay, it's not as if I hate the boxing or the career. Okay. It's just I'm just skeptical about that career, because as a mother,
right,
you know, you don't want to see your son battered.
Sure.
You understand? You don't want to see that kind of events or you know, things that happen in the, what did you call that? The boxing ring? Is that the boxing ring? Yeah. You don't want to see your son in such a situation being like, you know, so like one of my children was saying that, Mom, will you ever watch or go to that tournament? I said, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I have that that lever to be in that atmosphere.
It's just the love of a mother, you know, so it's fair enough, you know. It's fair enough. And this is also relatively new to her as well. It's only been in the last like 6 years, 5 years that I've actually been boxing, so it's not like she's seen me do it my whole life. And, you know, it's kind of a new chapter and a new journey in my life, and she's just kind of coming to terms with it as well, you know. So it's gonna take time, if ever she does come around to, you know, come to one of my matches, you know, or to one of my fights, you know. So I still love her, and she still shows me support. She prays for me. You know, she's there.
That I can't stop doing.
You know.
3, 2, 1, and go!
I've been training away, working hard. I've been sparring with Joseph Parker the last week or so. Another week of sparring with him next week as well. So I've been sparring with Joseph Parker, like I'm doing good with him. We're more than ready for the fight, you know.
How long are you coaching for?
This is my 20th year as a coach.
Whoa.
Yeah, I started when I was young.
Wow. Okay. Jesus, you don't look like you'd be doing this for 20 years.
No, I've been coaching him since he's 8.
No.
My baby more, my baby more, my baby father, my baby, yeah, my baby more. Don't call me when you're sad, don't call me at home, don't call me.
That guy's been training for 20 odd years.
The coach.
Yeah.
When the coach has a chiseled 6-pack, you know you're doing something right.
You're lonely, no. Don't call me when you're feeling.
So this was the original gym. Okay. So we were here for 6.5 years, and then the building next door became available, so we took that over then and expanded. There's 6 pros that train in this gym now, like so. And then we've 2.
Photos of them by any chance?
Yeah.
Show them to me.
That's Gary.
Okay.
This girl is called Kelsey, so she's after going pro now. This is Alex, so he's a really, really good MMA fighter. So he does like kind of cage fighting and stuff. And then that's Aidan, who's over there training with Dan at the moment. So
He's pro?
he'll have his last year as an amateur this year, and then he'll go pro after that then. So and there's a few other guys then as well that train then. So
This is the Wall of Fame.
yeah.
So yeah, this is where it all began over here, Westside Boxing Club. It's closed now, but my first memories of boxing in here, started boxing in here 2019. I was taken in by Frank Stacey. We're probably going to meet Frank in a few minutes and have a chat with him. But yeah, this is where it all started. I started my first training session in here in October 2019, and my very first training session, I was boxing on the punch bags, and I hit one of the punch bags and it broke, and like everyone just turned around and looked at me, and I was shitting it because I thought like I was gonna be in trouble for breaking it and I have to pay for it. But then Frank just comes over like, yeah, that'd be 200 quid, and I was like, shit. But then he's like, I'm only messing with you, some power you have in them hands. So like, I thought what I thought was gonna be a bad thing I'd be in trouble for, he was really, really impressed, and from then on he saw my work ethic and, you know, saw that I had potential. So he really, really like, there's a time where we went out for food and really asked me what do I want out of boxing, and that's when he started proper putting time into me and focusing on me and training and stuff like that. So this was where I grew a love for the sport of boxing.
So how old were you when you came in here for the first time?
I was 21 years old.
Oh, well, that's described as old in the world of boxing. Eh?
Exactly, because most of the people that I would have been boxing or coming up against, they'd be boxing since they're like 6-7 years of age, you know. So with me it was raw ability and hunger that really, really led me to rise up the ranks in boxing, you know. Considering the short amount of time I had in boxing, I was always a natural street fighter at heart, you know. So it was just about tidying up the tools that I already had and becoming more technical and skilled. Every spar I had, every training session I had, I wanted to always improve on. So my hunger and my thirst for being better and being more successful in the sport, you know, is what led me to, you know, improving and to where I am today, you know.
Okay, so session is 6 threes fight sim, but the goal is like gas yourself in round 1 and then just struggle through it, hang on as much as you can. Make it as hard as you can here, guys, so on fight night we can cope with it.
Yeah, all night long, wine for me, baby, wine it up. Yeah, we still young, tell the DJ make you play my song. We don't want no bad vibes, we just wanna have a good time. Shorty think she my type, no shutdown party all night, don't call no.
That's what you call suffering, man. Fight simulation on a Friday evening, the worst thing you could ever think of. Thank God it's over. Noel did that. He really did that. Damn. But hey, you're 2 weeks out. Easy work.